and welcome to Food Did What Now? I'm your host, Emily Brighty, and this week I've got an electric fan running. The fridge and freezer are wedged open, and there is ice not only in my drink, but all over the room. Why, you ask? Because we're getting cool as a cucumber. Food did what now? Food did what now? Food did what now? Food did what now? Hello and welcome to another episode. Today we have with us Serafina Coupe. Say hello.
Hello.
Wonderful. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really excited to learn some facts about food.
Ooh, very exciting. So before we start, please tell us a fact about yourself relating to food in some way, shape or form.
Uh-oh. I like food.
Yep.
I have no facts that are coming to mind.
That is okay.
Though I do remember in year 5 thinking I was really cool because I liked olives and mushrooms. And me and my friend wrote a little song about olives and mushrooms.
Can you give us a little rendition?
No, but I do remember that it was to the tune of "Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside," and it was called "Oh, I do like to eat olives and mushrooms."
I love that.
Incredibly embarrassing.
So you can't give us a rendition?
I can't remember. I think it was really bad. It might have been younger than year 5.
Okay.
It was kind of like, "Oh, I do like to eat olives and mushrooms. Oh, I do like to eat them. They're yummy." And then something. Oh, they settle nicely in my tummy. It was like that. It was really bad.
Coming soon in an album near you.
Yeah, catch us on Spotify. Follow us. We're going on tour next year.
Oh,
so
cool. Can I get tickets?
Good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love that. I love that so much. Now, back to the topic of the podcast. Today, we're going to learn about cucumbers.
Wow. Cucumbers?
Yes,
I'm
cucumbers.
so shocked. You definitely didn't say cucumbers just before we started.
Definitely not. So, before recording, I asked the audience, how old are cucumbers or how long have cucumbers been around? Before we get into that, have you got any guesses?
Have I got any guesses? I feel like they've been around for a while.
Yeah, can confirm.
Yeah, because yes.
Got that
Don't
part
get
right.
any points.
Sure, 1 point to Serafina.
Yes, I love points. I don't know. I have no concept of time. I feel like BC, you know?
Yeah.
Cucumbers. Maybe not so much in their current form. But some form of cucumber. I'm going like, you know, a few years BC.
Okay.
Maybe.
Nice. So to compare, some other guesses we've had are 5000 BC.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of BC.
Yeah, that is a lot of BC. We've got, someone said, WikiHow has some interesting thoughts on how to tell how old a cucumber is with 4.
Oh, is it
dots
like tree rings?
I don't know.
No, I suspect it isn't
I
because they don't have rings like trees.
No, they do not. If you've ever seen a cucumber.
Sorry. This is not... Just saying words.
Since 3000 BC.
Yeah, feels...
Forever they are so slay.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's got to be the right one.
Yeah. And then 2,200 years.
That feels about right. Yeah. I have nothing to base my guesses on.
Well, are you ready for this? Cucumbers originated in ancient India, where it was a wild plant, which was then domesticated, and it was domesticated around 2,000 to 3,000 BC.
Oh, wow.
However, they have found cucumber seeds in the Himalayas that were carbon dated to 9,750 BC.
Oh my gosh.
But that's not the kind of cucumber that we kind of know today. It was a different kind. So that's cool.
That is very cool. They're cool is a cucumber.
What?
Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I understand it now.
Well, we'll get to some more about cool cucumbers in a bit.
Ooh. How much have cucumbers changed? Like, what would have a cucumber been like
Oh, okay.
then
So,
compared to now?
cucumbers were very, very bitter. Let's go into some facts about cucumbers. Okay, so cucumbers were very bitter due to the high concentration of, okay, I'm going to attempt to pronounce a word, cucurbitacins.
Ooh.
Cucurbitacins? Cucurbitacins.
Sounds like cucumber and bitter.
Yes,
So it does the job.
It does, doesn't it? And apparently those things that I struggle to say are tetracyclic terpenins. And if you consume too much of them, they can actually hurt you.
Oh.
Yeah. So cucumbers had a very high concentration of these things, but over time we've kind of bred it to be less bitter. And those things would be the reason that cucumbers were so bitter.
So why did we start eating them if that's what they tasted like to begin with? Because surely, like, bitter's like you put in your mouth. Oh no, this might kill me. I mean, I'm not. You know, I wasn't around before supermarkets.
No. Yeah.
But if I picked something in the wild and put it in my mouth and it tasted really bitter, it would not be going back in.
No, yeah, because bitter is kind of a way of being like, oh, that's poisonous.
Yeah.
Like with cyanide.
Cyanide.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
It smells of bitter almonds.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Almonds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Don't apple seeds have little bit of cyanide in them?
Yes, they do.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, apples are fascinating. I'll have to do a whole episode on those at some point. Season 2 or 3, anyone?
A whole season dedicated to apples.
Oh, I mean, genuinely, you probably could. Well, I want to give you loads of facts now, but...
I'm sorry. Cucumbers.
But yeah, I know far too much about apples as it is. Cucumbers are the 4th most widely cultivated vegetable in the world.
The 4th?
The 4th.
That's pretty impressive.
I don't know what the other 3 are.
Oh, you don't know what the other 3 are?
But we can find out.
If you had a table made of vegetables, what do you think would be the most structurally sound vegetable to make a table out of?
It would have to be a root vegetable.
Yeah.
So maybe like a swede.
Oh, that's good. That's quite a good shout.
Yeah. I mean, if you get one of those giant turnips like in that story, then you could just carve a table out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, true.
Potatoes.
You could kind of slice it up, have a nice...
Mm.
I suppose it depends. The difficult bit is not the legs. It's the table part.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so cucumbers and gherkins apparently on this, they're the 3rd most cultivated.
Ooh.
Tomatoes are the 1st, onions are the 2nd, and 4th are cabbages.
Ah, shout out to cabbages.
Shout out to cabbages.
People don't like cabbages. I think that's unfair. They get a bad rep.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say.
They got a bad rep. Okay.
I haven't got much more. Here to talk about cucumbers.
Yeah, so let's get back.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool. I like it. I like it. They're in the Bible in a couple places.
Oh.
There's talks about a cucumber field, and then people remembering that they ate cucumbers in Egypt, and yeah, it's interesting.
That's so cool.
To do with the bitterness of cucumbers, if you eat too much of that cucurbitacins, getting better at it each try. If a cucumber is cross-pollinated with a wild type and it was overly stressed during its fruit production, then someone who eats it may actually develop toxic squash syndrome.
Oh. Toxic squash syndrome?
Yeah.
Toxic squash? That shouldn't be funny, but it's quite funny.
I think, they're in the same sort of food family, I believe.
Is there a similar thing with courgettes? Because I know that if you grow your own courgettes, there can be a problem and they can taste like really bitter and it can give you really bad stomachache.
Most likely. Yeah, so if you get toxic squash syndrome, usually you'll not die. But you will instead experience random inexplicable food poisoning.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, just be careful when you're eating bitter cucumbers, guys, or bitter courgettes.
Spit it out.
Yeah, if it's bitter, don't consume it.
Yeah.
If it's overly bitter.
Let that be a tagline.
If it's overly bitter, don't eat it.
Oh, probably.
But cucumbers have a lot of health benefits.
Oh.
They can actually help with hangovers, arthritis, and gout pain relief. To name just the tip of the iceberg.
What is it in a cucumber that does that?
It helps lower uric acid levels in the body, apparently.
What's uric acid?
I don't. Something in our
Something
body.
in the body that needs lowering.
This is a food podcast, not a I will research everything and go on many rabbit holes podcast, which is how this all started. But another cool fact about the cucumber, and then we'll get into its history. In the inside of a cucumber can be as much as 20 degrees cooler than the skin of the cucumber.
Wow. 20 degrees?
20 degrees.
That's insane.
I know.
I mean, that's cool, right?
It's so cool.
That is so cool.
So cool.
Ah.
Who needs ice when you can put cucumbers in your drink, right?
Yeah. 20 degrees.
20
That's
degrees.
huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's 20 of the degrees.
20 of them. That's really impressive.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry, I'm just thinking
no.
about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So, do you know what the Gilgamesh poem is? Sorry, the Gilgamesh poem?
No.
I don't either. But cucumbers are mentioned in it. Apparently it's a really well-known
Yeah.
poem that I do not know about.
It feels like a word that I've heard and know absolutely nothing about. So maybe I should say, yes, I do know that. I'm familiar with that poem.
Yes. Well, did you know
But
the
I'm
cucumbers...
not. It would be a lie. I don't like lying.
Lying's not good, kids.
No, don't lie.
Don't lie.
It'll make me cry.
Oh, you don't want to make Serafina cry.
No.
That's a very sad sight indeed. It's also cucumbers are also mentioned in Egyptian poems. In the Roman Empire, they were consumed by both upper and lower classes.
Oh, cucumber for all.
Yes, a very leveling vegetable.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah,
The Romans ate loads of food.
I know.
I feel like everything popped up
yeah,
in Rome and
Yeah.
its empire.
yeah, they had a pretty big empire. To be
Yeah.
fair.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Yeah, a lot of food. Yeah, if it didn't happen in. Actually, no, I don't know if I can make such a bold statement. But from my small amount of research that I've done, like, yeah, a lot of things happened in like the Greek and the Roman empires,
Yeah.
and then they just kind of carried on,
Yeah.
which is cool. And if it
That's
wasn't,
very
then
cool.
it was past like the 15th century that the food was discovered or invented, when it was kind of less eat for survival
Yeah.
and more eat because we can.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Ah.
Cucumbers have been used in several medicinal recipes throughout history. It's been used to treat bad eyesight,
Oh.
scorpion bites.
Wow.
Yep.
Who'd have thought one thing could
I know.
solve the same
I know.
problem?
It's like lemons. They do so many things. And women would carry them around their waists in order to like try and increase fertility. I don't think that one's proven that it works, but they would, yeah. They
Don't
would
knock it till you've tried
I
it.
mean, yeah. If anyone is trying,
Strap the cucumber to your waist.
and let us know how it goes.
You can contact me.
Messages on the
Here's
Instagram.
my number.
Emperor Tiberius, in his short 2-year reign from 14 to 16 AD, would eat cucumber every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Like, sort of strictly, it was like a thing that he was like, I need to eat my cucumber.
Yeah, they had like gardens purely dedicated to his vegetables, and like they would grow cucumbers year round, and then they'd have, so cucumbers kind of grow on vines,
Yeah.
and so they would build them in a way that they could move them around to like catch the sun and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why would, do you know why? Like, was it some sort of medicinal thing?
He wanted his
superstition?
vegetables.
Did he just love cucumber?
I think he just loved cucumber, honestly.
Well, good on him. It's a refreshing, nice thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a sentence.
I mean, I can't really fact check this with Emperor Tiberius himself, but I'm just going to assume he just had a massive love for cucumbers. Yeah. The fall of Rome impacted the popularity of the cucumber.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it decrease?
Yeah.
Significantly?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Very sad.
Glad it's got back up on its feet.
Yes, me too. It took a rocky road to get here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I hear about this rocky road?
You certainly can.
Yes.
I couldn't find like in-depth information, but I have like a generic timeline. Yeah. In the court of Charlemagne in the 8th and 9th century, they resurfaced after the fall of Rome. And then in the 14th century, they arrived in England. But they weren't popular until they made a comeback in the 17th century in England, which was so sad.
That is sad. They were missing out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did someone in particular bring them to England, introduce them, or is it just like sort of generally they made their way over?
I think just generally they made their way over.
Yeah.
It's possible that the Franks brought them over with like trading with the English, but I don't have solid information on that. History of food is very difficult to research because loads of people have different dates for everything. And so you just kind of have to like piece it together from the more reliable sources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Okay, cool as a cucumber. Ready? 17th century physicians prescribed laying fever patients on bed of cucumbers so they would become as cool as a cucumber.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't very good for a podcast. My mouth is just like wide open. Whoa.
I know, right?
So that lie on a bed of cucumbers?
Yep.
To cool them down?
Yep. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Have I not heard? This is my favourite fact. Have I not heard this fact before? I'm going to tell everyone this.
I love it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, and something I forgot to tell you. So the Egyptians, they would make like an mildly alcoholic drink from cucumbers. And the way they do this is they'd kind of like muddle up the bit in the middle of the cucumber. And then they'd bury the cucumber for a couple days. And then they'd dig it up and drink and consume.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Sorry, that's
yeah. This is don't try that at home, kids, although one day I might.
This is very much, I feel like this podcast is like you telling me things and me going, whoa.
I mean, that's what I made it to be. Yeah, you just come on here, you don't know anything, and then by the end you're just like,
yeah,
whoa.
Did they do that with other vegetables as well?
I don't know, honestly. I feel like cucumbers are the ones that are most likely for that to work, because the outside frame is quite sturdy. But then the inside, like, you can muddle it all up.
Is that how you do things if you were like writing recipes? Now you do.
And if you don't know what that means, check the glossary. And it's just a link to a YouTube video of me just going. So we had the cucumber was kind of cool in the Roman Empire. Mm-hmm. Get it?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not going to get old.
No, it's not. Roman Empire fell. Cucumbers not popular anymore.
No.
And then they come back in.
The temperature rose.
The temperature rose. People didn't want cool cucumbers anymore. And then Charlemagne brings them back. And then they come to England. They're not popular. They come back to England in the 17th century. And then in the 18th century...
And then doctors use them on...
That's insane!
Carry on.
And then the 18th century, the popularity dwindled again.
Oh, no.
Because medical journals reported that cucumbers, along with other vegetables, posed as a health risk if not cooked.
Oh.
Yeah, so
interesting.
People were like, oh no, I don't want to be ill. So they just stopped using them.
That's kind of fair enough. What led to that? That's strange. They suddenly thought, oh no.
I guess if you're eating loads and loads of uncooked cucumber,
Yeah.
and there's those bitter things that I can't pronounce.
Cucumber bitter things.
Yeah,
that was
and then you get that squash named
toxic squash syndrome.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be funny.
Yeah, and then they get unexplained food poisoning, and I imagine with the really bitter ones, they would have like cooked them when they first started using them. But yeah, cucumbers started being pickled in 2030 BC by the Mesopotamians.
Wow,
I can say that word now.
That's sort of quite quickly.
Yeah.
After people, I suppose it makes sense because it's a way of preserving things.
Yeah, exactly. The pickling process. Well, no, you can learn about that in the previous episode when you listen to it. I just like spouting facts.
I shall have a little listen.
But then they became popular again in the 19th century. So, 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all the current facts I have. Well, historical facts.
What brought them back?
I don't know.
Was it just generally they resurfaced?
I couldn't find any information on it.
How frustrating.
Yeah.
Where are all the cucumber historians? Come on, guys.
And one last final fun fact about the cucumber. You can use its skins in place of aloe vera for burns.
Ah.
Yeah.
That feels right.
Yeah, with the 20 degrees less
Yeah.
temperature. It makes sense.
And
that
it's
you
just
can
you have like the feel of it feels similar. It's very cool. 50% of
You went there. Wow.
Yeah.
So you've just learned about the cucumber. How do you feel?
I feel amazing.
Yeah.
That was so interesting. It was I can't use cool again. I said it about 2 seconds ago. But unfortunately that's what it was. Cucumbers are cool. They deserve that corny phrase.
Mm-hmm.
And I will every time I look at a cucumber, I'll think of some ill people lying across a bed of them.
I love it. So was there anything today that blew your mind?
Well, that's just. I think the 20 degrees cooler fact, like 20 degrees, is quite a significant amount. It's not like sort of 1 or 2.
No, it's 20.
Look at me. I have a vague concept of numbers.
Yay!
But yeah, that's really cool. Very interesting.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on.
No, I've had such a wonderful time. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Have you got any fun projects coming up that you might want to advertise?
Come to the Edinburgh Fringe.
Oh yeah, talk about that. You're going to the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah, with the York University Comedy Improv Troupe, The Shambles. Ooh. And also there are the Dead Ducks, which are the sketch group. Yes. They're pretty cool.
They are.
Cool as cucumbers.
Oh!
Yeah, we will. I can't promise the presence of cucumbers, but if you come, then that'll be nice. There may or may not be cucumbers involved. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, that's a cool project.
Wonderful.
I think.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for coming on, and thanks for listening, folks. See you next week. Whoa! Wasn't that cool? As a cucumber. I had to. If you enjoyed that, please give the episode a foodie thumbs up, subscribe, and follow on the socials. And what's that? You liked the episode so much you want to share it with all your friends because you ate a whole sharing bag of Maltesers to yourself and feel guilty about it. Well, I won't stop you. New episodes every Friday, and I hope you have a cool weekend. Now, I should probably stop talking before the ice cubes make my room into a paddling pool. Till next week.